Hi, and thank you for watching Sealclops book reviews. Today I'm going to be reviewing an advanced reading copy book called Magic and Medicine, written by Olena Nikitin. I think that's how you pronounce her surname. It is the first in a series called the Amber Legends series, and it sets up the world nicely. Enjoy! Magic and Medicine, written by Olena Nikitin. So first off, the genre for this book is fantasy and romance. They're the two primary genres. There's also magic, medicine, mafia, and paranormal. How does the book compare with other books in the genre? So I went into this book excited, as it is based on an older heroine than you usually see in this genre. The action scenes were really well written and fairly frequent, and when the spicy scenes took place, they were well written too. How does it match up to your expectations of that genre? This was a great paranormal fantasy romance book. It felt more like a standalone rather than the beginning of a series. The different creatures throughout were described well and fit into the flow of the story without seeming like they were just added due to popularity. The summary. Danger doesn't lurk in the shadows. It barges in and smacks you in the face. After years of working in the emergency department, Sarah thought nothing could surprise her, but when the deceased victim of a stabbing opened his eyes and demanded his knife back, she knew her life had taken a bizarre turn. Lizek had guarded the magic of the Nether before the first human set foot in his lands. His power was absolute, his authority unchallenged. The world might change, but even ruling from the shadow, no one, not even hardened criminals, dared to question his judgment. When he was called to clean up the mess an unruly vampire caused in the hospital, Lizek barely contained his irritation when his power couldn't make the stubborn doctor forget his existence. Instead, she looked him in the eye, challenging him to leave, and he listened. Sarah's courage and audacity were intriguing, but her magic captivated him with its beauty, the magic she was unaware of. She may be human, but even humans have their uses, and Sarah will soon learn there are consequences to capturing the undivided attention of the Tri-City Mafia's boss. This fascinating woman might haunt his dreams, but Sarah's magic made her a target for a dangerous, emerging power, and Lizek has to decide if he will sacrifice her to save his domain. I say Lizek, or Lizek. I may be Lizik, I'm not sure. The analysis, so plot and theme. Sarah's a practicing doctor at one of Gdank's, again, I probably say that wrong, Gdank's emergency departments. She has gained a reputation for knowing things that shouldn't be possible. If a patient flatlines, she is the one responders look at to see if the patient will make it back. When a deceased male comes into the ER with a dagger sticking out his chest, Sarah knew that it was too late. But something strange surrounds this death. An irresistible urge causes Sarah to remove the dagger, somehow bringing the man back to life, without a pulse. If that wasn't weird enough, a tall, dark and handsome man forces his way into the secure room, making everyone forget with some kind of magic. When he tries to remove Sarah's memory, her last ounce of patience snaps. He may be big, he may be the most handsome man she had ever laid her eyes on, and he may cause her flashes of a great being with mighty antlers, but he was not taking her memory. Lizek became obsessed with the abnormal human from the moment he saw her. No one has resisted his magic before, and she seems to not even know that she's doing it. As he tries to stay away, Lizek finds his path entwined with Sarah's. As the elder blood begins to disappear, Lizek must rely on Sarah's newly discovered abilities to help him keep his people safe. But the more they work together, the more their feelings grow and the more Sarah's life is put in danger. Pacing, emotion, ending, and plot holes. Although this book sits at the 400-page range, it feels a lot larger. Generally, the pacing suited the story well, however, occasionally the story seemed to drag, as the lead characters had arguments made worse by miscommunication and running away. To be honest, this got on my nerves a bit throughout. The book gave a strong thriller vibe with multiple action scenes that drove the plot forward. The story changed between Lizek's and Sarah's point of views, allowing the reader's insight into their thoughts and feelings. The plot was explained well and didn't seem to have any plot holes that I could pick up on. There were occasional sections of explanation that worked well to explain everything that was going on without seeming dry. The conclusion of the book was very satisfying with a detailed fight scene that tied up all the loose ends. There was also a lovely epilogue 1 year in the future that showed how the main characters turned out and was used to bring closure to a beloved character's end. A little bit about the main characters. So we have Sarah. She is a doctor in the emergency department, over 30 years old, can see dark shadows around dying people, thought she was going crazy before meeting Lazik, and she is a soul shepherd. Then we have Lazik. He is an ancient god of the forest, also known as Leshy. Thousands of years old, gave up most of his power to stay in the mortal realm. His true form has antlers and can change into a stag, a wolf, and a bear. The recommendation. I really enjoyed reading this book. It was a nice mixture of fantasy, romance, and action, and doesn't only focus on the relationship between the main characters. I feel that you can read this book as a standalone, as it seems to wrap up nicely. I would recommend this book to those that want to read a fantasy book with romance as the underlying fact and not the main act. Underlying act, not the main act. I think I meant to write. So I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. An enjoyable and easy to fall into world of magic and legends. A great book that can be read on its own. Thank you for watching my book review on Magic and Medicine. I hope you enjoyed this little bit of insight into the not yet released book by a debut author, Olena Nikitin, which is actually a writing duo, husband and wife. Let me know what you think about this advanced book, and if you think it sounded good, go out and get a copy for yourself. Thank you. Bye.